Hi everybody. I'm going to talk about the interview that I did for my final assignment. I decided to interview to someone who works in a private school because I work in public secondary schools. So I wanted to know how do they work, what is the process when hiring someone, and I know it will be different as public schools or SEP does. Unless for secondary school, they don't apply an exam for teachers to enroll in the education system or to identify their knowledge. In my opinion, they must do it. Of course, they sometimes arrange workshops or training courses for English teachers, but if I were they, I would definitely make some changes. The school I chose is Institut Chapultepec in La Primavera. They only hire women to be a teacher because it's a private Catholic women's school. The person in charge of the English department is Alma Sanchez. She has worked there for 10 years. They have kindergarten, elementary, secondary, and high school. They are not a bilingual school yet, but they teach some subjects in English like computer, biology, and civism and ethics. The process to hire an employee is the following. First, a candidate must fill an application form, then gather all the documents like birth certificate, official identification card, social security number, and documents that certify that she has a good English level and also teaching experience. It is not necessary to have experience, but it is recommended. If a person has never worked before, they have to observe some classes before they start, only in the case of being hired. Then, the candidate has an interview with the English coordinator in which they talk about the previous jobs the person had had, the way she has failed, also the expectations and goals required in the institution. After that, if the person is qualified, coordination arranges a model class that the candidate has to prepare and show to other colleagues. Then they have two more interviews to complete the process. These last interviews are just to find out personal information about familiar formation and psychological facts. Besides teaching experience, the candidate must present a TOEFL test or give them a document that proves she has passed it. Also, appearance is important. The candidate must have a clean and nice appearance, no tattoos or too much makeup. What qualities do they look for teachers? As in much of the jobs applicants, they look for responsibility, availability, experience, respect for others, challenge and support, confidence and creating trust. Also, they must have some certifications such as TOEFL test, TKT, TESOL, or a degree in ESL. That is difficult to know at the beginning if they have hired a good teacher, because during the first 2 months, the coordinator must be randomly observing the lessons in the classroom with the new teachers in order to supervise their work, to check if the teachers is following the method they use to teach English, and if the students like the way she teaches. Basically, by the time, they know if they have hired a good teacher. The coordinator shows the teacher the method and explains the way it is used. In addition to that, the teacher, before starting her own class, she has to observe several classes to get an idea of the teaching process in the school and the material used to work better with the students. Once the teacher is working by herself, the coordinator checks her lesson plans every 15 days and continuously observe her classes, supervising, receiving, and giving feedback to the teacher. That is how they supervise they are working properly. Every week, they have workshops in which teaching techniques and topics related to ESL are taught by internal or external experts. Also, they offer certification courses in external sources for the teachers that need to improve their level. One of the challenges that teachers face in her classroom is that at the beginning in kindergarten, all the students have the same level of English, but as they go advancing, they start to have different levels of knowledge. Some of the students study outside in private schools. Others are in touch with English, with their relatives, or with technology. What they do is to give students with low levels extra tutoring lessons or individual attention when they can. Doing this assignment helped me to notice about what are the requirements when working in other schools, especially in privates where the demand is higher, and I wanted to compare with the system where I work in which I think there is a lack of supervision to check if the teachers are working properly. On the other hand, I could identify that the process to hire new teachers in private school is more complicated and they often supervise their work. So I think that is a good strategy to keep teachers updating and improving their job.